Hey, I'm Alex with Marc's Mobility, and in this video we're going to show you one of the lightest weight folding power chairs on the market, so stay tuned. What we have here is the newly released Phoenix by ComfyGo. Now, Phoenix has been out for a while by ComfyGo, but this is their latest edition. We are filming this video at the very end of 2024, so currently on the market, this is how the unit is going to come. If you've seen prior videos, you're not going to be able to get the older models. This is the latest released version, so do look at this video if you're wanting to buy a Phoenix by ComfyGo. They did make some really nice changes to the Phoenix that I'm going to go over here as well. Now, this unit is going to have a 285-pound weight capacity, and it's going to have a range depending on which battery you go with. You are going to have dual batteries that are going to come standard with the unit, one on each side, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So now with this option here on the Phoenix, you are going to be able to get two different battery packs. You're going to get a little over a 6-amp battery pack, or you can upgrade for a few $100s more to the 10-amp battery. Now what that's going to get you, that's going to get you either up to a 15-mile range or up to a 25-mile range. And why I say up to is just because in the industry, most people don't say up to, they just say a certain range. And the reason being is it's going to depend on how much you stop and go, just like in a car. You're not going to get the same gas mileage as you are in the city as compared to on the highway. It's also going to depend on the user's weight and then also the terrain. So basically the strain that you're putting on the motors is going to draw more juice off the batteries. So that's why we say up to a 15 or up to a 25, but it does come standard with dual batteries. So each battery is probably going to get about half that distance. But what I thought was really, really cool, what they did with this, we'll show you in a video overlay, you're actually going to have a battery on both sides. Now, other brands that I've seen on the market that have a battery that snap in on both sides, you have to physically, when this battery runs out, you remove the battery from the other side and you snap it into here so that you actually only have power coming out of one of the sides, like a connector underneath. What ComfyGo did is they put a little switch right here, so when this battery is getting low, all you do is flick the switch to the other side and now it's going to pull off the other battery. So I would say, do remember, you know, if you only put one of the batteries in here, you're probably only going to get 7 miles or so, or 7.5, up to 7.5. But all you do is flip the switch and then you get the other distance. So I do see this as kind of a useful thing when you have a certain range of 15 miles and you realize, ooh, I went a little too far. You don't always know if you're going to make it back. The cool part about here is, well, hey, now you know this battery's dead, so however far you went, if you switch to the other battery, you're going to be able to make it back because you are going to be able to go to the same distance, you know, on each battery. So I thought that's a really cool design on the unit and not having to physically remove the battery. While I'm down here, I will just show you this as well. The design of how you put the battery in is probably the best I've seen on the market as well for these side mount batteries. There's a little tab up here you're going to lift up and you're going to pull your battery to the side. Now when your battery at this angle, you're going to have a little handle here in the back. You can grip it and you can pull the battery out. So it's a nice design. You don't have to kind of fight and fit the battery in. It does just slide right in, just like this, and it snaps back in place. So that's a really, really nice design, how they did that. On your battery pack itself, you are going to have a charging port as well. So yes, you can put your charger right here to the front of the joystick, or you can take your batteries inside and leave this unit in the vehicle and just charge your batteries directly right here into the battery pack. And we'll show you this on a video overlay as well, but you actually have a button right here as well. And if you hold that button, like I said, we'll show you the video overlay. It's going to have in a blue digital reading right here, your percentage of charge left on that battery. So once again, put your battery in, click it, it snaps in place, and now you are ready to go. Now, what makes this unit also great that I probably should have mentioned earlier in the video is with the 285-pound weight capacity, this unit is only going to weigh 29 pounds if your batteries are removed. Now, the batteries are going to weigh a little over 3 pounds each, so you are going to be 35 pounds. I'm guessing that's with the travel batteries, maybe a few pounds heavier with the 10-amp travel battery as compared to the 6-amp travel battery, but we'll just say 29 pounds because most people are going to slide the batteries out due to how easy it is to get the batteries in and out. Now, a really nice change that they did here as well, in between the armrests, you have 20 inches in between the armrests. Most small chairs are going to be 17 to 18 inches in between the armrests. So when they did go from a 240-pound weight capacity on the first version of this chair to a 285-pound weight capacity, they realized they were smart and they thought, hey, let's put a little bit more room in between the armrests so it's going to fit different dimension size people, because we all know certain people carry their weight in their hips in different areas. So there are some applications that are, hey, you might only be 5'2", but you're 225 pounds, and you are going to need that width in between the armrests. So that's a really nice thing that they did. Another really cool feature that they did with this unit as well is you are able to flip the armrest up, and then here's the normal position here on most chairs when the armrest flips up. What we noticed is you're actually able to keep pulling the armrest back to this position, and now you don't have any obstruction here if you want to slide transfer in and out of the chair from either side. Both armrests do flip up. Like I said, that's standard right here. You can keep going past that hinge, and now you don't have any obstruction to get in or out from either side of the unit. Now this unit is carbon fiber. You can tell by the armrests here. It is a comfortable unit, but really what this is designed for is somebody that needs something the lightest on the market at 29 pounds, excuse me. This is what you're going to be looking at. Now this is a little bit of a upgraded color on here as well. This is going to be the coffee color. If you've seen any of the other ComfyGo ones, they're a little bit thicker, but this is going to be a lightweight material. It might look a little wrinkled right now because they come in this really shrink wrap type material. So we had to just cut them open. So that's why you might see a little bit of wrinkles, but I'm sure this will flatten out over time. Now they are going to have other colors. We were actually sent a couple colors from the manufacturer that they had in stock at the time. So what I'm going to show you these in the video here is you are going to be able to get different colors. We'll have all of them on the website. If you go down to the drop down when you want to buy it, you'll be able to see the colors on there. But this is going to be their black. It looks like some gold stitching. Then they're going to have a gray with black stitching, more like this purplish color with gray stitching. And then I think they're also going to have a teal, maybe a blue. But like I said, there's a couple other colors that you're going to have. And they do sometimes change the colors over the time as well. So I don't want to mention everything here. But what we'll have on the website when you're looking at this product will be what's up to date. So always reference back to the website, because some manufacturers do change things from the time we filmed the video till over the years they might make a few different modifications to the unit. Now this unit that I did notice as well does have air tires in the back. So they are 10-inch air tires. Obviously you can see a valve. There is some advantage to air. It is going to be a little bit softer of a ride, but your front tire is going to be a 6-inch solid caster wheel. Now do remember, ComfyGo also sells an air pump, so if you do want to have an air pump, it would probably be smart to have with you just in case you got somewhere and your tire was a little bit low. That little pump is a pretty cheap accessory that you're able to buy directly from ComfyGo. So one thing that also comes with most of the ComfyGo products is going to be a wireless remote. Now we tested this on some of the other products that they sell, and we got up to a 60-yard range, not mile, that'd be extreme, 60-yard range of distance that we were still able to operate the chair. Now once again, you can use this in multiple applications. You're not able to turn the chair on with the remote, so the chair does have to be on before you can pair the remote, but you are able to then, if you want to be a caretaker to drive somebody around, or we've seen certain applications where people have a hard time holding their arm out onto a joystick, they can keep this right on their lap. ComfyGo's even told us before they had a lady that has an amputee on both of her arms, and she was able to actually drive this with her toes. So there's different applications you can use this for, whether you're a caretaker or you just want to have this remote instead of in your lap. Most chairs are going to have an attendant control in the back, so you have to physically walk behind the chair when you're with the loved one. But if you do want to imagine, hey, I want to stand next to it, I want to go on a walk with my loved one, and I want to be talking to them side to side, this is a great feature to have. You don't have to be reaching over here to the joystick. You can hold this in your hand and then direct them wherever you would like them to go. Now another change that we saw here on the ComfyGo is there are nice push handles in the back. So you are able to, if needed, in the back of the chair, we'll show you this in a video overlay, but there are red levers in the back. This is what's actually going to put the chair in freewheel. Now when you're in freewheel, if the power is on, it's going to have resistance to the motors. Right now, I put it into freewheel when the chair was on, so it's going to beep at me C4. I think it's C4 and maybe C3, but pretty sure C4 just means, hey, your motors are not in gear. Check your motor levers. But when you do have the power off, there's almost no resistance to the motors. So now you technically could use this. There's some applications where people are like, hey, they're in a rehab facility or a nursing home and they want them to still walk some, but they have a walker. Well, technically they could use this and they could walk behind the chair for a little bit of exercise. When they get tired, they can get back in the chair. Now, do remember these levers in the back always need to be in the locked position. What that's doing is that's engaging your electromagnetic brakes, and it's allowing the chair to drive. If it does not recognize the brakes because you have it in neutral, the chair will give you that C4 code and it will not drive. Now you will see a little bit of a new joystick on here as well on the chair. It's going to look a little bit different than other either ComfyGo products you've seen or really any other joysticks that I see on the market. It is going to be a little bit different. On here it is going to have your battery gauge. It's going to have your speed. Now do remember, I'm going to check it outside. It says 4 miles an hour is the top end speed. These are made in Asia, so it's not miles per hour, it's kilometers per hour. So we're going to see what it reads on here, but it shows 4 miles an hour is what you should get up to 4 miles an hour top end speed. Once again, depending on the terrain and the user's weight. Now, one other thing that I noticed on this chair as well, on the other products, ComfyGo would sell a USB headlight combo. They built it into this joystick. Very cool, very unique. You still have the USB port right here by your charging port. And then also on your joystick, another thing I noticed as well is you're also going to have a button on there to turn off the reverse beeping sound. And then you also have a light. So you will see it's got a light on there and it's got different settings. So you have one light, then you have a little bit dimmer, and then you have a strobe light. So I do believe maybe if you're at night and you're trying to make sure you are seen and visible, the third click is going to be the strobe light. Click it one more time and it's going to turn the power off. So that's built into the bottom of the joystick, your USB and your lights. Now this unit is really unique, like I said, because of the 29 pounds and because of how it folds up. When you do get the unit, your foot plates might not be on the unit as well, but there are a clip if you ever needed to take your foot plate off. This clip just pulls right out and your foot plate slides right off. So that is a nice feature as well. There are some people that don't need the foot plate, like to let their feet dangle or possibly be an amputee. You can take the foot plates off. Now when you do fold the unit, you do want these foot plates up because it folds inwards instead of folding down like a lot of other folding power chairs on the market today. So now from here what you're going to do is make sure your power is always off. And now you're going to grip the middle of the seat kind of like you would on a manual type chair, and you're going to fold it together. Now this is the first time I'm trying it because this has this overlay cushion on there. I don't know if it's going to go all the way up with that overlay. So you can see here, it is probably going to be better when you fold this up. I'm going to try it a couple different ways. Let me remove this bottom cushion and see. You do have two handles here. Yeah, it is much easier if you were to just pull the bottom cushion off. It does just sit with Velcro. So that is how it's going to fold, like this, instead of once again folding down to the ground. Now, I did mention joystick. The joystick can go on either side because you do have a little twist knob right here. You can run the cable to the other side, so you can put it on the left hand or the right hand. But when these ship to you, you do install the joystick yourself. Do watch at the end of this video. We're going to have a link to the unboxing video as well. So if you are interested in this product, down below we'll have a description to the link on the website of this, and then also for the unboxing video. So if you do buy one of these, you can see exactly step by step how to take it out of the box and how to get it up and running. But this is what you're going to be looking at here. I'm going to give you the overall measurements of what this is. Now in the back of the unit, you actually can fold these arms down as well. You have these levers here and they do fold down like so. So you can get this more compact. The height of this, the highest point is going to be the joystick knob on this chair. A lot of people want to know what that is. You're going to be at just under 33 inches. So 32.5 inches is where you're at in overall height. Once again, you can take those foot plates off. I'm going to leave them on just for now and give you two different measurements. But from the front of the foot plate approximately to the back, you're about 37 inches. Now do remember, if you were to take the foot plate off, now you're about here, and now you're about 28.5 inches. So you can go from about 37 to about 28.5 inches by simply removing that clip in the front and sliding your foot plates off. Overall width of the unit is going to be, outside of armrest, about 13 inches. So 32.5 to the joystick, once again 13 inches this way, and then depending on with your foot plate on, 37, or simply down to about that 28 inches if you remove your foot plate. So this is a really compact unit. From here, there's different ways you can grab this handle right here. Once again, it's 35 pounds because I had the batteries in it, but you can get this down to 29 pounds. That's a really nice feature. A lot of times they say, where do you grab it from? Since you do have these handles on here, you can lift right from these handles as well. Some people will then take their body and pivot it backwards to get it onto the back bumper. There's going to be different applications of how you can get this in the vehicle. Some people will lay it flat and slide it in. So there's different ways to skin a cat, but this is probably the easiest way to do it, is right here, is to grab these handles. Now to unfold the unit, you're just going to simply take each side and you're going to push it apart. And now it is unfolded. Now you're going to take your rear handles, snap them back in place. And once again, this back cushion is just on Velcro. So you're gonna put this back in place and then take your bottom cushion, it's on Velcro as well, and apply it just like this. Do remember, once again, there are different colors, so you can kind of match your color to whether it's your football team or your favorite desired look that you want to get. Go ahead and flip your foot plates back down, and now you're ready to drive the unit. So this is the Phoenix by ComfyGo. This is the newest release version here at the end of 2024. They did make some changes to this unit. This is an actually very quiet driving unit. And one thing that I thought was kind of unique, when you are sitting for about 4 or 5 seconds, you'll hear the motor click back into gear, your electromagnetic brake, and then you also will hear that initial click. But while you're driving the unit, it has the first initial click, but then it's about a 5-second delay. So once you're moving the chair around your house and you're stopping and going, you don't hear those motors click in and out of gear until there's about a 5-second pause, and then it clicks. But what is cool about that is we get quite a few people that say, hey, I'm trying to drive this around my house, that clicking at night is waking up my spouse. You know, how do I get away from that? And up till this point, I've not heard anything that does not click in and out of gear. Once again, it does do the initial click, and then if you sit for about 4 or 5 seconds, you'll hear the click of the electromagnetic brake clicking back into gear. But for some reason, it's not every time you stop and go. So that is going to be beneficial for some people that are wanting a quieter chair. Do remember, I'm 6 foot, about 210 pounds, plenty of space. There's 21 inches in between the arms. It is a comfortable chair. This has the upgraded colors on it right here. We do believe that the standard cushion might have a little bit more padding to it than the upgraded colors, but it is a comfortable chair. It is smooth, and it is really quiet. So I do really, really like this chair for being, you know, a 29-pound chair. Once again, this is showing over 5 kilometers per hour because it's not a US probably made chair. So it does top out at 4 miles an hour. It's saying 5.8 on there. Do know it's not really 5.8 miles an hour you're driving the chair. Just like in all my videos, I typically like to just go put it in the grass just for hair, just to see if you're able to take it to like a baseball field, you know, soccer field, things like that, to go see your grandkids. I'm always like to see what kind of terrain it can go through. Obviously, it's not an all-terrain chair, but I'm going to drive it over here in the grass just to get a reference as compared to other chairs on the market. So just like all other chairs with these smaller motors, it is going to be a little bit slower. But honestly, I can say it's got no problem with forward speed, you know, when you are driving straight. Now that is Bahia grass, and here in Florida, that's a compact ground. Don't take this in St. Augustine, don't take this in sandy or really, you know, grassy or a bunch of leaves. I wouldn't take this over here on the hills with leaves because it would probably spin, but that type of flat terrain, I can easily say that it would navigate through that with no problem. So I do really like this chair. It is comfortable. I think it's going to fit a lot of people's needs based on the, you know, the air tires in the back, the dual batteries on either side. It's a really cool chair. So if you're looking for something like this, you can give us a call or look at the description below in the video.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.